I think we're going to need to blur all this. Censorship City is the city that we're living in because we don't want to get demonetized on the YouTube.
Hey buddy, did you hear the news? It's track reviews.
Yeah, hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well, and it's time for a track review. My thoughts on a brand new song or single, whether I loved it, hated it, or fell somewhere in between, we're going to find out. We have a brand new one from the one and only Doja Cat, who has been teasing toward a very interesting new album cycle, saying that she's going to be drifting away from pop. That the pop albums she came out with were terrible cash grabs and we were all tricked. Joke's on you. I thought those records were mid anyway. Yeah, I mean, if you check my previous reviews, you know I have not really been a big fan of any Doja Cat record so far. Fans have taken issue with that. Doja Cat herself has taken issue with that. But, you know, there are moments on those records that I do really mess with, namely the very bright, hard-hitting, sugary pop bops when she really comes through with a great smash single. That and the pockets of these records where she is actually rapping, because as a rapper, I think Doja Cat is pretty entertaining. She's clever. She's funny. She's expressive. She has a wit about her. She has a playful Nicki Minaj-esque eccentricity about her that I think is cool. At least to me, hearing her embrace her rap side a bit more on a new record, hopefully for an entire record, could be a great thing. So because of that, I'm pretty pumped to try out this new track and see exactly what it's got to offer. Doja Cat, attention, let's give it a try. Ba-bam. All right. Wow. I'm kind of digging it. I respect it. I think this is a move in the right direction. I think this is good. I mean, first off, let me say, kind of surprised and happy to see that Doja Cat has come through here with like, you know, a really solidly built, well put together song. This track is not like some kind of sugary 2-minute or 1 minute and 50-second cash grab where it's just like super hard banger beat. It's trying to give you like a TikTok moment and then dip in and dip out and just like try to rack up as many streams as quickly as possible. There's actually like, you know, some substance and some thought going into the song. And I mean, look, I don't know what a track like this is going to end up doing for her commercially. I hope it does well. But like in some very obvious ways, it's going against some of the commercial trends that we're seeing over and over and over in a lot of viral and a lot of mainstream music today. And I think that's good. I think it's a show that she's like genuinely trying to like work outside of the very narrow and limited marketing mold that too much mainstream stuff is so desperate to fit into. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying this is like the most experimental track you're going to hear or anything like that. It's certainly not, but you know, it's respectable. Now, of course, like I'm here to relay some criticisms of the song too. There are some elements of it I'm not necessarily crazy about, namely the intro. Oh my God, the arpeggios and like the MIDI synths and the harps and then the vaguely Middle Eastern timbres kind of going on in the first few moments of this track. It sounds like a freaking song from the Zelda Ocarina of Time soundtrack. We're definitely entering the desert level on this song, but eventually on top of that, she delivers this kind of breathy and sensual, alluring little lead vocal. I'm not crazy about the chorus, but I will say this, it's better than hearing her do washed out vocals over a bland trap instrumental with no goddamn flavor whatsoever. For sure, it's a step up from that. And the more I listened to the track, the more I kind of felt like the chorus was a little disconnected from the verse in terms of like matching the vibe. But still, it was legitimately mystical and a little otherworldly. So I suppose at least it captures that sound, that emotion. Beyond that, I could kind of take or leave the chorus. Once we really get into the meat of the song, the instrumental is sounding pretty great. I love those isolated drums and bass. They sound really good, really crisp, really clean. And as I expected, given previous performances, Doja Cat is rapping and rapping well. In fact, yes, she is a very good rapper. Good breath control, lots of, personality, some attitude coming through on the mic too. Some lyrical focus as well. A solid verse 1, where she sounds very self-serious, but simultaneously is dropping funny bars about, her head now matching she's in the bald club. And I respect it. She's addressing a variety of different things too. Her weight loss, the change in sound and artistic direction she's clearly undergoing right now, and feeling sort of degraded and not taken seriously, and possibly taken advantage of by individuals who I guess remain nameless. Again, verse is solid. It sets things up pretty nicely as far as a vibe, a tone. It's the second verse where I think she really kind of pulls together more cohesive thoughts, where she's going on about what she's done to get to the point where she's at right now in the music industry, to see the success that she has, and starts to dissect this demand, this need among the audience to see stars fail and fall on their faces and go through a horrible time. Basically see the individuals, the artists, the actors, the actresses, whoever, that they're obsessed with, that they worship, at their worst. Because we all want to see them slip and fall right on their faces, and we all want to be the one to see the devastation, which I think there's a point. She addresses, the Nicki comparisons and so on and so forth, which again, I think is valid, but I don't see it as a bad thing. She's somebody who artistically is clearly influenced by Nicki Minaj, but I don't see her as like a Nicki Minaj ripoff. And she's certainly not the only female rapper operating today to be inspired by Nicki Minaj. Like, if that were a terrible thing, that would basically be a criticism you could level at loads of artists in the mainstream right now. But yeah, overall, again, I think the track is pretty decent. Good production, good verses. Am I crazy about the chorus and the song as an overall idea? Not necessarily, mostly because now that I've heard it, I don't know how often I'm really going to be coming back to it. As far as like a vibe goes, it mostly feels just kind of like an intro. I'm back. I'm doing this. This is my change in direction. Have at it. And as far as delivering that message and that vibe, I think the track succeeds. Make no mistake, Doja Cat is rapping. She is rapping again, and certainly will be interesting to see her dive into this rabbit hole a little bit further on a new record in the hopefully near future. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. You're the best. Over here next to my head, another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Doja Cat, forever.